2007 subscribers later, I'm fucking reviewing gay Yeti movies. You know, what if somebody fucking subscribes to me today and it's just like, oh, I'm gonna check out this guy's fucking YouTube channel, and it's like, oh, he reviews monster movies and Godzilla and James Bond and all that, cool. And oh, his newest video is about gay Yetis. Wow, what a great YouTuber. I'm gonna stay subscribed. I doubt that'll be his fucking reaction. Goddamn piece of shit, Dylan McCandless. Hate that motherfucker. Motherfucker's gonna sleep in my house. I don't fucking think so. Is that framed right? Is that framed good? Is it framed? Good. Is it? Yeah, it's fine. I don't wanna fucking do this. Got fucking better shit to do. I could be reviewing this. Angel After the Fall Volume 1. Quality product. It's an actual thing. Look at this. It's like a thing. It tells a story. Like if you flip it, I mean you don't flip it the other way. That was backwards. But if you like do it like the right way, it like tells a story. Like you understand this. Like this, you can comprehend the plot and the themes and the characterization. Like the dialogue means something. Fucking gay Yeti movie is like, oh. How am I gonna start off this thing anyway? Like, oh, hey, I'm Bill Wurster. I'm gonna review a gay Yeti movie. Why? Because I'm an idiot and I lost a stupid bet on the fucking internet. That's gonna be this. You know, this is the video. This is the video right here. Like, I'm not even gonna do like an intro. Like, oh, hi everybody. No, this is it. This is what you get. This is what happens when I watch a stupid trauma movie about gay Yetis. This is me. Fucking just. I didn't do any research. I just watched the movie. Here's my response. It fucking sucks. I'm gonna produce I'm gonna call this movie out. That's the camera. I'm looking at the monitor. Now I gotta look at the eye line. Hi. Am I cross-eyed? My eyes look weird on camera. This is gonna create like a weird eye line. Oh well, I know it's framed up right. If it fucks up, I really don't care. There we go. Is that eye line better? Is it better? Good. This is what you get, my eye line. Just me and you. This is just me and you. Imagine you're right there, you're in my room, you're right next to the Godzilla figures. Come on, get in there. And I'm sitting here in my nice comfy office chair, and now I'm just gonna review a fucking movie. What movie am I reviewing? Fucking Gay Yetis. It's the movie I'm reviewing. Hello everyone! I am Zazubaar, aka Bill Wurster, and today I'm here to review a movie. Isn't that great? I fucking hate you, Dylan.
What the fuck? Oh, God, this is happening! Let's go fishing. Yeah!
done anything together since that huge gangbang.
Yeah.
So yep, that's not bullshit. Today, kids, I'm here to review Yeti, a gay love story. Now, you may be asking yourself, why the hell am I reviewing Yeti, a gay love story? That's a good fucking question. Well, I'll tell you, kids, I do a podcast every week called The Demons from Outer Space with a friend of mine named Dylan McCandless. I use the word friend very loosely, who is a member of the Sons of Sarazawa. I do the SOS podcast to him as well. And we did a little bet recently on The Demons from Outer Space a couple weeks ago, where Dylan and I had a friendly debate, or it was friendly at the time, debate about whether or not every single ostrich on the planet, like all the collective ostriches, like got together and were like, you know what we're gonna do today, fellow ostriches? Come here. Today, my fellow ostriches, we are gonna kill every single spider on the planet. And then, like, if at the same time every single spider was like, yo, spiders, no, don't cannibalize me right now, because now I'm gonna, like, get together with you and we're gonna work something out. We're gonna discuss things. We're gonna get together and defend ourselves against the onslaught of ostriches. And we're gonna go to war. And then the spiders would eat each other because they're fucking heartless cannibals. But whatever. Dylan was like, oh, that wouldn't happen because they're going to war. So whatever. So the ostriches and the spiders are like, yo, we're going to fight each other. They collide in combat. They fight. And the whole debate was, would every single ostrich on the planet, specifically every single ostrich, would be able to defeat in a battle every single spider on the planet? That was the debate. And we both provided good arguments, I think. And we then left it up to the listeners of the podcast as to who would win the war. Would it be the ostriches or the spiders? And people picked the spiders, but not because they like actually thought the spiders would win. No. The fan base of the Demons from Outer Space, which is made up of masochistic sociopaths, as I found out, did not vote because it's like, oh, the spiders will win. They voted because they're like, no. We don't like Bill because he's a fucktard who likes ostriches. We're gonna have him lose with his honorable ostriches because, you know, who the fuck likes ostriches over spiders who cannibalize each other and bite your ass when you're on the toilet? No. We're gonna pick the spiders and fuck up all the ostriches because we want Bill to lose because we made stakes on this. If all the people voted for the ostriches, let's just say in that fictitious parallel dimension, then what would happen is Dylan would have to read on the Demons from Outer Space my written list of compliments he would have to pay his fellow SOS members as well as selected fans of the podcast. Well, because Dylan, he's a negative motherfucker. He's kind of a sociopath, as this video has well demonstrated. The fact that I'm even doing this video. So, it would be difficult for him and slightly painful, which is why it would have been funny, for him to read compliments on the air of both myself, of course, and fellow SOS members, fellow YouTubers, fans, all these different things. But you fuckers didn't want that! You didn't want to hear yourself complimented by Dylan. No, you were like, that's fucking stupid. I'm gonna pick the spiders and have Bill, because if I lost, if the ostriches lost, if people voted for the spiders, I'd have to review a movie. But not just any movie. A movie we previously discussed on the Demons from Outer Space podcast. I would have to review a movie that I was exposed to having now watched the movie, unhealthy age. You know what? This movie is unhealthy at any age, but I was like 12, and I saw a trailer for a movie on Reel's channel. A trailer for a movie called Yeti, a gay love story. So if I lost the bet, which I did, thanks again for that, I would have to do a 15-minute review of Yeti, a gay love story. So kids, I am now here today to review, in order to fill out that bet and be good on my word. I don't even know what the fuck I'm saying, but be good on my word I'm here to review Yeti, a Gay Love Story. As what's the word? I'm trying to come up with a word. As described in the bet by Dylan. So I am here to fulfill that bet today, kids. I am here to do a full, comprehensive analysis of the trauma film Yeti, a Gay Love Story. So, that's the explanation for why I'm doing it. I still don't think it's a good explanation, but that's why I'm here. Alright, kids. So, here we go. Alright, so Yeti, a Gay Love Story. I'm going to ask you a question, dear viewer. Person who's standing right next to the Godzilla figures. Let me ask you a question. Since you're the ones who made me do this, I'm doing this because of you fuckers. I want you to answer me a very simple question. I don't need to review this movie. And the question I'm going to ask you that'll prove why I don't have to review this movie is I want you to tell me if this is a bad movie. You tell me if this is a bad movie. Come on, you're not stupid, or, at least I haven't seen any evidence of that. Well, maybe I have a little bit with the whole spiders thing, but anyway, you're not idiots. You're intelligent beings with your own sentience and conscience. Is this a bad movie? I fucking thought so. Yeah, it's a fucking bad movie. Yeah, look at that. Does that look like a good movie? Have you seen any good movies with that level of art on the poster? I didn't fucking think so. I'm fucking flaring up over here because look at that thing. Look at it. Would you watch that movie? I didn't think so. I had to watch that movie. I did, not you. I did. I watched it. All hour and 13 minutes of it. That's 73 minutes of nothing but that. Or is it? Because now that we get into the review portion, now that you said, oh yeah, that looks like a bad movie, I'm not going to watch it. Well, I did. You don't get to go farther than that. I get to go farther than that. I actually have the opportunity and the knowledge to dig into the movie and tell you why it's bad. Because not only is it a fucking stupid idea for a movie, that's pretty fucking obvious just looking at the poster. I know why it's bad, and not only why it's bad, but why it shouldn't even qualify as a motion picture to be put out by a well-known brand like Troma. Not that they're known for quality, but Troma actually makes movies with a story and stuff. Is it a good story? No, but usually Toxic Avenger, that's a movie. Is it a good movie? I don't think so. I didn't enjoy it, but it's a movie. It's got an arc and a thread and characters and production quality and it's none of it's good, but it's there. Yeti, a Gay Love Story, it's not. It's not a movie. It's video. It's just raw video that was ones and zeros, because nothing's actually film anymore, ones and zeros that when put together with the audio creates a thing, and that's Yeti, a Gay Love Story. To be a movie, to be a motion picture, it would have to be by the traditional tropes and established kind of public definition of a movie. It would have to have some kind of through line, some kind of story, it would have to be trying to evoke something to the audience. That's what art is. It has to convey something. This movie is trying to do that with a blank tree trunk. That would be it would be looking at a blank tree trunk and expecting that to tell a story, to tell you things. It's not. It's just there. There's nothing to interpret from it. There's nothing to evoke from it. It's just you can't expect that from a fucking tree trunk. It's a fucking tree trunk. You can't expect that from what is it called? Yeti, a Gay Love Story either. It's just fucking, it's just this. It's just fucking air. It's nothing. I'm gonna calm down. I'm not making any sense, am I? Alright, I'm gonna calm down. I'm gonna tell you what I mean by all this, because this is all vague, abstract kind of nonsense that I'm spewing. I'm going to get into why this movie's bad. What I mean by the whole it's like a tree trunk thing. So, Yeti, a gay love story is a complete lie of a title, by the way. It's not about the, well, it's about the Yeti, but the Yeti has very little screen time for one, but that's not a problem. You know, monster movies and movies in the past, the monster that the movie is titled after doesn't necessarily have to be in every scene. This Yeti sure as hell ain't. But the title itself, Yeti, a gay love story, or as the title of the movie is called, it says Yeti, a love story. I think Yeti, a gay love story is a better one, by the way. It's more evocative. It's not a love story. There's no story here at all. That's the problem. So before we get into that, though, because that's kind of the major point I want to make about this piece of crap, or it's not even a piece of crap. It's an experience that it's like chopping off your own arm. It's a painful experience all the way through, but once you're through with it, once you're through with the pain of getting your arm chopped off, you leave it and you just go, my perspective on the world is now different because I just got my fucking arm chopped off. That's what Yeti, a gay love story is like after you watch it. Because again, Yeti, like fucking cutting off your arm is not about telling you a sequential series of events that then mean something or don't, or mean something stupid or mean something brilliant. It's just the raw experience of getting your arm chopped off. And getting your arm chopped off is not a fun experience. It's just getting your arm chopped off. And part of the pain of and the horror of the human brain is the terrible, incomprehensible things that go through your head while you're getting your arm chopped off. You can't think those things unless you're getting your arm chopped off. Same with Yeti, a gay love story. You can't think the things that you would watching this movie unless you're watching it, because it's just so bizarre, incomprehensible, and just, it has no comparison point in the world of film, because, and maybe that's part of maybe it's an artistic masterpiece because of that, because it creates this bizarre, but it doesn't create it, it inflicts it upon you, this bizarre state of mind of, oh my god, what the hell am I watching? Because this movie is basically like a series of videos shot by an amateur film crew, let's say a couple film school students, who were given a project to make a movie. No other guidelines than that. And I go to film school, I've been given guidelines that vague. Make a movie. Just do something. Go out there with this debatably crappy video camera, no film or anything, and just go out there and shoot something. I'm not going to give you any other guidelines than that. That's the movie. That's your project. And a bunch of friends who were probably in their early 20s or late teen years were like, we're gonna go make a movie. And because they were given no other guidelines, because they gave themselves no other guidelines than that, they just went out there and shot themselves acting like idiots. And being somebody who's done that, because that's part of the thing with this movie is, part of the reason why I think I hate it so much is because I identify the filmmaking process that went into making it. And because of that, it was a strangely meta experience for me where I was watching a movie that the subject matter certainly isn't something that I would have come up with on my own. And, well, you know what? The weird shit that friends will discuss and talk about when they're just hanging out or they have to make a project about something, like, that's what Yeti, a gay love story seems like. And that's about as deep as it gets. It was a random, probably funny to them at the time, thought that they then made the project based on. This is as bare bones as it gets of a movie based on a premise to then explore and flesh out that premise. Because Yeti, a gay love story is a parody title. This movie seems to want to be a parody. It seems to want to make fun of King Kong, of, you know, romantic movies. Brokeback Mountain is poked fun at least that it's like the premise of poking fun at Brokeback Mountain is certainly in there. I've heard the movie described that way on different websites that have had the unfortunate experience of talking about it. This movie doesn't get to do that. It doesn't want to do it. Again, because they didn't flesh it out beyond that, or at least I don't think they did. That wasn't expressed in the movie. I'm gonna be honest. I didn't do any research about the production of this movie. Shoot me. But based on the movie I saw and based on the credits that I watched, because I actually paid very close attention to the credits of this movie for this very reason. Watching it, I didn't think they had a script. I didn't. The dialogue was so meandery, so purposeless, that I thought that they didn't have a script. It just didn't seem like there was a script behind this. Because the way the dialogue was progressing, and again, I think I was picking these things out because I've been there and I've done stuff like this before, is it seemed like a director was like, here's the point of the scene. Here's the bulletin notes of this scene that we need to break down. And he told the actors, I don't care what you say, but just make sure you hit every single note that I've written down of this scene. It doesn't matter about the specific lines. Because that's how it came off to me. It was like, the dialogue was just meandering and it was almost incomprehensible at points. And it was just there to hit a couple of major notes of like, okay, we need to get the characters from a car to a camping trip. I don't know how we're gonna get them there. We'll make that up on the day, but that's the point. And because of that, the dialogue and the characters' actions don't have a through line. There's no progression. It's just random crap. It's just like, you're using a squeegee. It looks like a dick. That's what it's like. Because there's no, that joke isn't part of a tapestry of jokes that then makes up the scene. There's no progression to a punchline. It's just the joke itself. And it's hard to even call them jokes because, again, I don't think that a joke is like, it has to be conceived of. There has to be an arc. The joke itself has to have an arc, just like a movie. Scenes, dialogue lines. These things need to have arcs. If they don't, then the audience watching them can't get inside the characters' heads because the character isn't evoking that out loud. We're just watching somebody desperately coming up with stuff on the spot. This is something that's not enjoyable to watch because, again, we're not watching the arc of it. We're not getting inside of the movie. We're not getting engrossed in it. We're just kind of being shown the aftermath of somebody laughing and having fun with their friends. And again, there's a certain amount of charm to that, but if we can't get inside of that, if we can't get engrossed in that concept of where you're just kind of watching, oh, this is what it will be like if you were given this vague project and you were on a film set with a bunch of college students making this bizarre, campy, horrible movie. That's actually kind of a good idea. That's kind of interesting. But it's not intentional. The movie isn't trying to make the audience feel that. The movie's just trying to be a movie, and then the audience just has to bear the aftermath of it. And that's not enjoyable. It's a painful, boring as all hell, really disgusting at points, experience. Now, that's where I think the movie was coming from. That's why I think it's critically bad. And beyond that, honestly, I really felt no other need to get into anything aside from that because that's what I really took away from this movie was that idea, was that problem. I didn't really feel a need to come on here and go, oh, isn't it campy and stupid that there's a scene of one of the main characters sucking the Yeti's dick? Of course it is! It looks like crap. They're not even special effects. I don't even want to talk about the quality of the special effects because I was so distracted by how incomprehensible the movie was that I couldn't look at the special effects and go, oh my god, aren't those special effects bad? Of course they are! Because I knew what the movie was conceived out of. The special effects are almost bad on principle. If the special effects were good, it would almost be at odds with the rest of the movie. The special effects are bad on purpose. That's the point. They're not supposed to look realistic. They're just supposed to be there to be funny, I guess. And whether or not they are funny, yeah, sometimes the effects are really bad and it's like, oh, ha ha ha. But I was so distracted by how poor and how annoying and how disgusting the rest of the movie was that I couldn't really get into the fun and the campiness and the ironic humor of looking at bad special effects. This isn't like watching necessarily a Roger Corman movie or a B movie that MST3K would review, because the movie isn't taking itself seriously enough to the point where we can appreciate those bad effects. The funny thing about bad effects is that bad effects are there to contrast with the filmmakers taking the movie very seriously. When you watch something like Aegon the Atomic Dragon, weird example I know, but that's what was on the top of my mind. When you watch that TV show, you sometimes laugh at how bad the suit effects are, not because they're bad, but because they're bad in comparison to the fact that this movie is trying to be a legit, or this TV, I know it's a TV show, but I'm going to call it a movie because it might as well be anyway. But anyway, it's at odds with the rest of the production because the production is trying to be a legit thing. This movie is not. It's not trying to be legit at all. It's not pretending to be. And honestly, that actually makes it worse because, again, it doesn't feel like the filmmakers knew what they wanted to do. If they wanted to make a parody of monster movies and of horror films and of romantic movies with all these weird campy things thrown in to make them funny, they really should have played it straight and tried to make it legit. Again, because I feel like the movie because I feel like the rest of the production isn't really trying to be something and it's just trying to hit random notes. It's not funny to me because, again, there isn't that kind of contrast. The scenes with the Yeti are the best part, and that's saying something. Or you know what? There's no best part of this movie. They're the most relatable in the sense of this is what I was expecting to see. So when you see those scenes, you're almost like, okay, there's a very small level of comfort I can take in this scene because this is what I expected to see. The rest of the movie, it just comes out of nowhere, like these gross, horrible acts of violence that are not gross because, oh my god, that's so gory. They're gross because they're tactile. They're not shot with any sense of style. It just looks like disgusting, oily, watery, fake blood with people sweating and like spitting, and it's disgusting. And it doesn't look like a movie. Again, it just looks like a home video because there's no style, there's no lighting at all. It's just unstylized trash. And again, that could have been funny. That could have been the point of the movie. Again, if the movie wanted to make you feel like you were watching the brainchild of a bunch of kind of crazy college students who were just making jokes, that could have been really fun and really kind of clever. But it doesn't present itself in a way where it feels like it wants the audience to take that away from it. It really just feels like, isn't this gross, funny, and campy? And there's no thought beyond that. And because of that, the movie is just not enjoyable in that it's inflicting its crap upon us with no other thought beyond that. If that was the intention, to just make the audience gross out and kind of just scoff at the stupid nature of the movie, well done, guys. I did that. I'm doing that right now because just thinking about the scenes in this movie are making me get grossed out. There's a scene where one of the main guy characters and one of the main villain female characters, she's like, there's a cult of like weirdos who worship the Yeti and sacrifice guys to him in the same sense as the Skull Islanders would sacrifice women to Kong, but instead of like taking them into the woods and you know, for whatever purpose Kong had for Anne, or just sacrificing them by having the Yeti kill them, the Yeti rapes them and kills them on the altar. And that, we see that in every bit of excruciating detail, by the way. There's no subtlety in that at all. You see it. By the way, lots of disgusting nudity in this movie, too. But the main female member of that cult, her and the main guy character, again, I'm going off on tangents because I can't keep this movie straight in my mind without getting angry. They have this really disgusting scene where they kiss and eat milky cereal at the same time, like cereal with milk in it, and it's disgusting. And they like kiss and like mash it in their mouths. It's gross. It's absolutely disgusting. And I had to watch that. That was like a minute-long sequence That was funny, right? That was supposed to be funny. It was supposed to make me feel grossed out. Well, it did. That scene. This movie is just making me uncomfortable just thinking about it. Not because it's like, oh, it's a gay Yeti. It's like, again, I expected that. I went in expecting that. Everything else was the thing that really, really bothered me. So I don't know how long I've been going off now. I only have a couple more things I want to say, and then I'm going to stop this because I'll explode. So the other scene I was trying to get to earlier that really made me gross out was this scene where two female characters, and again, that sex-addicted rapist I mentioned earlier, named Sex Piss. That's his name, and it's tattooed on his arm. His name is Sex Piss. What does that even mean? Again, it just comes off like a name a bunch of idiot college students came up with on the spot, and they just wrote like, oh, what's his name is Sex Piss. It sounds so random. There's no joke there. It's just blatant and stupid. He's trying to like rape these two girls basically. Then he tries to kill them, and this scene goes on for 10 minutes of them killing each other. They keep stabbing each other, and like it's almost like it's almost like somebody watched the Three Stooges and tried to recreate some sketches from that, did it badly, and then said, "Oh, well, wouldn't it be funny if we made that kind of slapstick comedy violent like it would be, but then do that poorly too." And it's just boring because of how long it goes on. It's a really, really bad scene. And again, that's the other problem with this movie, is that the admittedly hilarious title of Yeti, a Gay Love Story is not what the movie is about. It's not clever enough to create a through line with that. It has to come up with random other jokes to throw, or it doesn't come up with them, it just throws them in there in order to fill out the runtime because it doesn't come up with an arc for that parody story of Yeti, a Gay Love Story. Either making fun of King Kong, Brokeback Mountain, general horror movies, or anything like that. I'll only mention one other thing. I did like a scene in this movie. Yeah, I know. I liked the scene in this movie, genuinely. So you know what? The parts with the Yeti are not the best part. The best part is there's two short scenes, and one of them is not good at all. But the other one is really funny with this priest of what I presume to be a Catholic church. Again, they shoot this exterior of a church. Clearly they just went to their local church and shot there, of the church, and then they go interior, again, just a church. It's completely empty because they probably were like, can we shoot a scene for our movie in this church before it opens up or whatever? And the people were probably like, yeah, sure, why not? And then they go to an interior somewhere else, and you meet the priest, and it's like this crazy old guy with these sunglasses, and he's got like that cliched like brown kind of like Brother Friars kind of costume with a hood up, and he's absolutely he when he hits his mark right in terms of his improv is actually kind of funny. He has this like deadpan, lackadaisical delivery, almost like he doesn't give a crap about anything kind of attitude. And there's this scene where he talks about this prophecy. Apparently, one of the main female characters is supposed to stop all the crazy shit with the Yeti cult, who are called creatively the Children of the Yeti, and she's supposed to stop all that. So she gets this crazy costume. Where it's a hood with a cape on it, and that's her costume. And this is the funniest scene in the whole movie because basically he gives her weapons, and he's just pulling crap out of a drawer, just like, all right, she's gonna go stop this Yeti cult. All right, so here's your crossbow, your wooden stake, your holy water, and it's just a bottle of Polar Spring. Here's a paper clip. It's really funny because he's just pulling this random crap out, and he has like this lackadaisical delivery. I've seen stuff like that better in other movies, and it's been funnier. But there was like some comedy there. There was like some cleverness, like there was like some ironic humor. Like she's about to go fight this cult, and he's giving her like vampire weaponry. It's funny. The rest of the movie is not. It's just not. And I had to watch it all the way through, at night, by myself, and it was painful. That's Yeti, a Gay Love Story. I did it, Dylan. Fuck you. I fucking did it. I reviewed this movie. I reviewed it with an analytical mind. I watched it all the way through. I fucking won. I beat you. I did your bet. I went through with it. Well, kids, I think that's going to do it for my analysis of Yeti, a gay love story. And on the offhand chance that the producers and directors, because there were 2 directors, of Yeti, a gay love story, happen to see this review, which, again, offhand chance, the movie's 9 years old, came out in 2006. Why would they care what people have to say about this movie? But if you happen to be watching this and you happen to have watched all the way through, I'd just like to say to you, go fuck yourself. I'm Bill Worster, aka Zazubaar, and I'll see you next time for a review of a real movie.